Okay, so I wanna talk a bit about mid on Mirage and how people tend to get stuck here and not really know what to do, and then that ends up with util being or running out and then just being picked from everywhere without making any progress. And then the only like two solutions people usually come up with in lower level pugs is okay, just go fast or don't go mid. And there's some other simple stuff that you can do that I'll get to. But the biggest thing is about mid, in my opinion, is intent. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to be like super sharp as a team and have fucking complex choreographies and know exactly what you're gonna do, but just like have a basic idea of what the next steps are gonna be in the that you're gonna go for. So let's say a normal retake, you'll have like a window smoke, and maybe you'll even have a connector smoke, like so.
Smoke shield.
Like these two. I want to do the lineup so you can watch them again if you need the lineups. And now people come in, and now it's like just okay, we're standing here, what are we doing? And eventually people get frustrated and someone solo jumps into window and someone goes into solo rushes cat and stuff like that, and then that just doesn't really work. So what you can do is first of all understand that there's still like having control of this area bottom mid is not, and like this portion of catwalk is not mid control. You can take control of connector, which is gonna help you a lot, and that's easily done by like throwing something like this where you come here and a bit above that, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And that should like cut the long angles off, basically. You can do like a proper smoke here as well from the same spot, but I like leaving a few angles open to bait people in. But like if you do it, fuck me, like here between the wires, and that's gonna be like a better smoke. I don't really haven't used that lineup in a while. Anyway, and then you're like able to actually flash someone into a freaking connector here. Get them like blind here. Well, not here maybe, but like get a flash here maybe somehow. Just like it doesn't really just fucking like flash someone in and kill connector guys. And now you're holding connector, right? So now what you're doing is you have this smoke down.
Smoke shield.
And now you have like 10-15 seconds to clear catwalk as well. You can hold this with like 2 people, and the cat guy's probably gonna peek at some point. And if not, you can like start mollying this shit up, or molly that up, smoke that up, and then now you have an easier way to start taking A. Just like segmenting the parts of mid that you want to take and deny, and going through the motions like that is gonna help a lot, instead of having everything smoked off at once after the start of the round and then running out of smokes, and now nothing's smoked anymore and you don't control anything. And the other part is obviously like if you, that's not gonna cover the whole thing, but if you have your connector smoke up, then not just like staying here, oh no, they're spamming the smoke, I'm just gonna stand here forever, and then one guy goes here alone and dies. But like a wild thought actually, like flash someone in like this on the rug is usually fine, and that should get the shallow door and get the like the a bit deeper angle, and then once you clear a ladder room, and once you clear like up to bricks here, and then you can even start like boosting up to hold this if you want. Then if you do that before connector, now again you're threading a B split, which already is big, and then also you're threading this, so you're kind of like forcing the jungle / window player to be very worried about that, and kind of like making their decisions to rotate or no harder. And then one more thing about this sort of thing is communication. So you don't have to call it from spawn, but like if you have your normal mid shit that you're throwing almost every time, and then you end up here, it's fine. Like, just if nothing's happening, just call something. Just call like, hey, go, hey, go cat, or okay, can you re-smoke con? Let's go cat, or whatever. Just like even if you're not the top fragger, it's fine to like inject that intent into the mid round or the early mid round, or even like call people to back off a bit, just like try and get some cohesion in there, even if it's not super organized. Other things that I wanna show is like if you're, because people love going for this early peak here if they have the spawn, which is fine, but just like showing you some support shit you can do is one is just like timing this, where you throw this flashbang, deep flashbang over just as they run out, and it's gonna get window. Well, it's not gonna get super window. It's gonna get anyone like there. You can throw it a bit shallower, and it should get window better. Yeah, fucking enough. I haven't thrown that in so long. Well, yeah, just like there. Throw it on the fly, like that. And it won't get this guy, but it will get like if you're posted there, it's gonna be a super like long flash. But the bigger thing is it gets anyone trying to catch you off in connector, and that's like the main point of that flash. But also it gets like, you know, then there's this, like if you're coming out here, you can just like flash above there, and it's also gonna get connector, and again it's gonna get window if they're not playing anti-flash, which is like here, because if you're here, no high flash can really blind you, which is the big reason you see people playing here, apart from the angle offset. Other stuff you can do is just like not actually maybe smoke everything off right at the bat, but you can throw this cross smoke at the start of the round, cross safely. You can combine that with this flash to get like delay anyone coming in faster from connector. And then like if you're been going mid a bit, it's I like just you should, one of the skill sets that you should have is being able to like fake mid presence by yourself, which is easy enough if you just like you throw a smoke there, then by aiming just left of this, or just this side of that fucking thing, you can just throw a molly into connector. Just like take some space here. Then you can either stay posted or no, but like forces them to respect the fact that you could have someone top mid, which is super important because if you don't show any presence in mid, one of the mid guys is going to simply walk up, and either they're gonna just clear this, or then they're gonna smoke it for the crossover there, or just like flash here and then have control of top mid boxes, which is the death sentence for you as a terrorist. Other things as a T here is just like using underpass, because it's the only way where you create anything that isn't coming from that general direction. And one thing that is underutilized here is the fact that you don't have to get owned by this guy every time. It's easy to flash them off by bouncing a flash here. And it's gonna pop behind this, so you can peek with it, and it, if I remember it correctly, it should get like, yeah. So you can get out of underpass safely. And then in terms of like the boost or getting into window, this makes a shitload of noise, as we all know. So what's kind of forgotten lately, I think, is the fact that you can just boost into window silently, and that makes if it's smoke, you can just hide in the smoke, and that's gonna be a real nasty surprise for anyone still trying to play window. And of course the fact that from underpass you can sometimes, if an opera, Christ, that's a fucked up bot, overstays their welcome in window, it's a headshot angle towards them. Like over here, as well as you can just support your teammates, flash this, or molly, or smoke catwalk from here. Just because you're stuck underpass doesn't mean you need to be useless. It's very hard. There's no like I win button for mid. It's really like if your team isn't doing anything with mid, you're either gonna just have to own really hard, or then it's just gonna be a rough game. But just being able to make it easier for your team to have success by helping them isolate their fights, helping them have less angles to worry about, helping them get into better positions is very big, and very much something I would recommend thinking about in mid is maybe I don't have to be the guy killing everyone. Maybe I can instead of being a third one out, I can maybe flash the connector guy. Maybe instead of jumping straight into window, I can smoke us into here and tell them to take connector. There's also some other stuff you could do from these spots, like you can, even without a lineup, if you manage to get here, you can just like smoke that off and go take control of a jungle. Or I think that's most of the T stuff I wanted to talk about. Just like super basic stuff if you're super lost in mid, that you can use as a springboard to come up with what you want to do in a pug environment. Or CTs, some stuff. I won't go too deep into like window shit, because this is gonna be your experience as a window player, calling out your smoke, and then what happens next is the thing is you're gonna have to find ways to make yourself useful. You can always like pop that off. I can't remember the actual lineup for it, but like, and go for a cheeky peek but that's risky at best. And then you're gonna have to like communicate with your team. You're gonna have to get a read on what's going. Like, do we have someone cat? Do we have someone playing close to con? Like, how can I help my teammates as I'm rotating or finding a new spot to play? If you want to leave window, or if you want to still stay window, how am I gonna be useful while I'm waiting for the smoke to clear? Is it like watching palace and helping my A guys? A guy get closer to ramp and then maybe flash them in while...
Throwing flashbang.
Fuck, that's a horrible flash.
Throwing
Flash them
flashbang.
in while they're well, I'm waiting for this to fade, or am I gonna go through this and
Throwing flashbang.
flash for a connector peak, or you know, there's a bunch of shit you can do. Just my main point is that you don't have to be super passive even if window smoked. Every window player kind of has their own thing, and it varies game. I don't usually play windows, so I don't really have a great feeling for it. One thing you can do at the start of the round with two of the best spawns is have your cat player be boosted here, so they can make this timing better, but it doesn't really matter. With a good cat spawn position, I normally play a bit more. You can get here and you can catch someone out by throwing like this flash over mid, and it will catch anyone going for fast chair cross here. It's not super great, but like it will get them enough for you to get this one kill and back off. I'm sure there's like I'm super sure you can dig your way with this and find like a super good lineup for it, but as long as it lands above that roof, it's good enough to catch this guy up, and that's all that matters, because unless you overextend, you shouldn't be traded because you just back off. Otherwise, the cat player, your responsibilities, in my opinion, kind of like they vary, or like your play should vary based on what your other team mid guys are doing. Sometimes you're flashing over a window for this guy to take a peek. And sometimes you're getting supported or picking together and going more aggressive here. Like if you're like let's say your Opera is in mid uncontested, then of course if your underpass is, let's say you mullet up underpass, of course you should come here and post up with him a bit. You can double up cat, that's fine. You can boost someone here, play like varied height angles. Just this is the one thing you shouldn't get caught out by. This is a headshot angle and it gets a lot of cat players killed. Should be like spotting, at the very least you should be spotting connector and calling out if you can't see it. It's hard to give like do this and make this play guides on Mirage mid, because it depends so much on what's happening around you. But as a cat guy, the number one thing is to, as almost always on CT, is just don't die. If you give yourself up here instantly, they probably have those smoked off anyway. Now, oh, we got to pick cat, let's go. Now you have your B player either all in a bad position or having to be afraid of like both these. And your first rotate over here is liable to just get flashed, or there's already someone posted up here. So if you go down early, it's a super bad time. Underpass is something that you need to be aware of. People get caught out by the timing here, so you're listening always for underpass and underpass and like B house steps. If you hear just a couple of footsteps, please don't yell out B, 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 B. Actually, just call out what you hear. And that's, I think, like the basics. It just and ladder room, I guess, is you can sneak in. You can also use that flash to get in a bit safer here. And then this is strong position, because if you try and clear this, there's like a lot of, like, as you clear it, there's always 2 different angles you can be at. And then you can take this position if it isn't smoked, this relatively strong position, but people are getting or are aware of this now, or have been for a while, but even like lower level pugs are getting wasted. For underpass, the first best CT spawn makes underpass unnoticed, others don't. If the best T spawn comes up, if you don't mind making noise, you can jump and bounce a flash off this puddle, and it will act as a decent pop-ish flash here. And then you can hopefully get someone coming down the stairs. For terrorists, if you just right click that, it's gonna be about the same. Not great if these guys are super far away. Well, oh, that didn't land right. But it's decent enough. As a connector guy, I used to have like 7 different smoke shenanigan things I used to do, but now it's less possible, so playing connector has become a lot harder than it used to be. But at the same time, connector is still probably the most high impact spot on the whole map as a CT. You have such a big responsibility on in connector, and you also like you have a lot of potential for early round picks here. You can, if you have a window, you can go for an early cheeky underpass pick. So there's a lot of things you can do early round, and then you also tend to get flashed by util a lot, like they smoke there and only there, and this is gonna make your life kinda annoying. So, and I think the biggest like mark of a good connector player nowadays is what they do once they get smoked out, because it's so normal for that to happen. You can always try and do this, but it's gonna not be great. You can try and play some time for your cat guy by mollying cat. These are all kind of dependent on communication. You can maybe try and flash like this for your window guy. If you're super cheeky, you can smoke here, flash yourself in, and exit like this, your underpass, and try and play closer to underpass. But as a general rule, like connector is something that you just need to play around and try not to die in there a lot. But it's a hard spot to play against good players. A couple of tips and tricks to run this off is, as a CT, if you're not doing anything time sensitive, say you're like doubling up on B or something, and you can take the extra 2 seconds, you can do these flashes as your off picks window, and those are not gonna be insane, but they're gonna do that. You can also flash mid from here, above that roof over there. That's gonna be better, but still not great. That's those kind of like general cover everything high flashes tend to be okay, but not great. What else? What else? Yeah, if you're super cheeky, you can boost here. Okay, get in the spot, please. But I beg of you. Good enough. You can boost here, which is fun. Also, one thing that you, if you wanna up your game, is
Grenade out.
learning how to pop these like
Grenade out.
enemy smokes here. I can't remember. There's a lineup for this, but like
Fire in the hole.
there's ways to pop your window smoke from Cath, which is, well, from here I guess, which is just
Grenade out.
it's a easier to get a better timing for it if someone else does it for you. Plus you get to do it like the first time is a surprise maybe, but it's kind of semi-expected. If it happens the second time, then that catches people off guard. I had something. I think yeah, this angle right here. I don't know why people keep not flashing it. Like if they know there's I see people coming in here challenging, like if there's Opera here, and just flash here and wait for either they that flash is so long that either they take the shot and fall off, or they don't take the shot, and then you can just like, now you have the angle. And the same thing applies from here as well, like just on top of, over, or well, not over that roof maybe, but just like off this, off there. It's gonna get this guy. Oh, fuck, not like that. But if you try and get it on top of the boxes, I guess, like that, and that should work. I guess that's it for quick mid mirage thoughts.